So what I want in the middle here is I wanted to say welcome to technology and engineering. And I might fill it in with some other things. So it depends on how the design goes. So I'm going to go back here and move my preview out of the way. I'm going to get this stuff out of the way here. I'm going to move it over so I can zoom in and out. And again, I don't know why. This is always tricky to do. This shape thing is always in the way. All right, okay, so you click on shape, it'll minimize that a little bit. For some reason, the cut covers up the zoom for some reason. I'm going to zoom out, get a good idea what my board looks like, maybe a little bit more. Okay, so lettering. With lettering, if it's a real crazy font, like I know I'm going to be using the 16th inch bit, and that means I want pretty big, bold letters. If you're going to use, something like this, probably the 16th bit will not shave all those letters. You'll probably have to use a V bit. So again, you just kind of have to experiment with lettering. Some of it looks really cool, but it won't necessarily work. So you got to play around with that. This is one of my favorite ones. I'm going to use this. I click on it, and I'm going to do this as separate words so I can move them around. So I'll type caps lock on, engineering, starts with an E. Make sure you spell things right because you're going to have a pretty stupid looking sign if you have words spelled wrong. ENGINEERING. Cool. I'm going to make that bigger. I don't know how big yet. That's only one of my words. I'm just going to copy this and you have to go edit paste for some reason. You can right click to copy. I'm going to make this one say technology. And remember, this is going to be on a board, so I want them spaced out pretty evenly. Now, I'm going to make these big because this is going to be up on the wall. And what I wanted to do is I wanted to make these tapering, but that's hard to do on here. So what I'm going to do is angle them like this. And I'm going to get the engineering real close to that. I'm going to get the technology real close. I'm talking about my pictures here to the other picture. And I probably am going to have to zoom in just a little bit. And I'm going to, you just click this top part right here and drag it around to adjust that angle. So that looks good. As long as I'm doing this, I'll highlight the whole thing and make it an eighth of an inch later. So I like how that looks. It's not right on the line. I have probably a little 1/4 inch gap there. That looks cool. I like it. Okay, so engineering and technology. I want to say welcome here. So welcome to, I want to say, engineering and technology, and maybe I'll put a little picture down here. We'll see just to kind of fill in. Might look kind of cool. Anyway, text. I'm going to use the same one. And over here, I'm going to move my screen. Welcome to, and this is going to have to be smaller. So I'm going to shrink it a little bit and fit it right up in here. Looks good, maybe a little bit smaller. And these are inches, so actually this, even though it looks really small on my screen, this word is going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 inches long. So it's actually going to be pretty big on the sign. Welcome to engineering. Oops, didn't want to move that. Undo move. I wanted to move this. Welcome to engineering. And I'm just going to keep the same size here. So I'm going to copy this, edit, paste, and this just has to say and. So readjust my screen, kind of fit this somewhat in the middle there. I like that. Engineering and technology. Okay, I like how that looks, but I don't like these blank spaces down here. Maybe you do, I don't. So I'm going to do a little picture here, and then I'm going to write tech ed here because our class used to be called tech ed, and a lot of people still call it that. When you call it engineering and technology, you get a little confused. There are icons that you can just throw in there if you're not overly concerned about what it is. And I'm looking for something tech ed related here. Probably not French fries. There's a saw, but that's kind of a crappy one. Let's see if they have maybe a wrench. I'm going to type it in. There's a wrench right there. So I click on it, and I got to find it. There's a wrench. I got to move it around like this. I like that size. I'm going to sort of have that wrench follow my angle. Cool. I like it. I'm going to make it a little smaller. A little bit smaller. Put it in there. Great. And then over here, I'm going to have this say Tech Ed. So I'll copy and paste. I'll do this. Tech Ed. For those of you that remember when this class was called Tech Ed. I like it. It's a cool sign. So I need to make it all 1/8 inch, and I need to combine it. So I'm going to highlight this whole thing. I'm going to right-click, combine everything, and then I'm going to go back to the cut. I'm going to make it all 1/8 inch deep, and it should be all the same color. Now when I move it, if I were to move it, it would all move at the same pace. So this thing is ready to go. I would get my board, and I would show this to the instructor and say, hey, I'm ready to go. I'll check everything out. Make sure you have checked out this preview. Do a detailed preview. Make sure all your words and stuff are going to look right. Everything kind of checks out. This looks nice. And again, the bit is what's going to make the difference. If something is cut off, like if I were to change this to an 1/8 inch bit, I'm guessing a lot of my stuff is going to get cut off. We'll do another preview here. The bigger the bit, the faster it's going to go. Last thing you want to do, see a bigger bit is going to cut off some of my small words. See, that's not going to work. So I'm going to change back. I know the 16th was okay. Last thing you want to do after you do your detailed preview, you want to definitely run that. Okay, I'm pretty happy with how that looks. Yeah, I like that. You got to simulate this. So run a simulation. Mine's probably going to take longer than I would run yours. 5 hours and 1 minute. I'm not going to run anything of yours that's over like 3 or 4 hours, just so you know. This is my huge sign that I'm hanging on the wall, so I'd be okay running 5 hours. But I'm not gonna have time to run that during all my classes. I'm not going to come in after school and do this. So just so you know, 3 hours. Let's say like 3 hours max, unless you come talk to me about it. So that's quick and dirty on how to make a sign. Lots of other stuff you can look up on YouTube if you're interested, but that's what I got for now.